We are here to discuss about the perception of ICT adoption for educational sustainability. No matter how style you have, you need ICT. An educational sector is not an exemption. We all know that today's business, lifestyle, everything we do has been influenced by ICT, and the application is widespread. But the adoption in education, for now, is only attached to consumption of information and ideas. You want to write a lesson, just that's when you go to Google, just type in one or two things and quickly put it down. Adopting new advances in technology has become essential to living and working in this globalized knowledge-based economy. I won't talk much about all this because Teacher Joby has been able to he has done justice some of what I wanted to say in the morning, and that will go a long way to assist us. Every organization is expected to adopt ICT in their basic operation and take advantage of the benefits they offer. There are so many advantages that ICT can give us. Over the years, the National ICT has caused a tremendous transformation for the education sector and so on and so forth. We need ICT infrastructure to do this. And the challenge that we have is the perception. What are we thinking? And what are you thinking when it comes to ICT? Has ICT come to replace your job? Or has it come to what? To supplement whatever you've been doing, or to guide or make it more faster than what you've been doing? There's a need for us to embrace the whole spectrum of activities that have been attached to adopting ICT. And when we're talking about the perception, we are talking about perception of stakeholders. We are talking about the parents and guardians, teachers and students. We're not really referring to teachers or teaching staff members here. We are referring to all stakeholders that what are the perception of ICT adoption. We have a framework, slide 2, that was developed. I anchored this framework on existing literature, and this was done by someone in 2015, and I decided to see how I can attach it to the topic that given to me. You can see that beside the box, we have vision setting, security and access controls, structure and culture, technical support, ICT facilities, and capacity building. And beside it, we have leadership, and all over, we have monitoring and evaluation. There's a need for you to know that if you want to adopt ICT in your school or wherever you are, there must be a vision. The Bible says in Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 2, it said, write the vision and make it plain. That you may what? That he may run who reads it. That's my own version. Can I go to the next slide? I remember some few years ago that I went to the director of Baptist Mission Schools for the interview to be the head of ICT. This was what I presented at my own PMS ICT roadmap. And the vision has been there even before I applied for the post. It wasn't that it was when I had the advert that I said, okay, I just have to plan that wherever I go, wherever I am, to be able to do that. And part of this have been implemented when I was in Baptist Academy. When I was in VGA, I opened a Facebook for them. I opened a YouTube channel. Shai Bobby was saying that this morning. And then I remember I used to call students to come over to do presentation that will upload on YouTube. Sometimes I will give them assignments and I will tell them they must like the page before they come back to school. So there must be a vision. Developing a shared ICT adoption vision is an avenue to communicate how ICT can be used, as well as a place to begin, a goal to achieve, and a guide along the way. The next thing is capacity building. And I believe some of us have been trained on the previous slide, the conceptual framework. So I think some of us have been trained on how to use some of our facilities that we have. There should be a strategic plan on how to improve and extend the capability of stakeholders. And that is why, as Baptist Mission Schools, we've taken a step forward to venture into Microsoft Certified Educator. 6 of us were trained mascots, the head of human resources, the head of quality assurance, and 3 teachers from the 3 schools in Lagos. Very soon, we'll come down to the schools from the management, and that's how we'll be extending the training on how to be a Microsoft Certified Educator. That's part of capacity building, and it was part of the vision. ICT facilities. It is the responsibility of school management as technology leaders to provide for ICT resources through budget reallocation. It wasn't funny when I got to the directorate that I realized that if we are to venture into the school fees, it will definitely affect that. And that was when we think out of the box to bring out a project-based ICT. And we decided to have a separate account for it. And to God be the glory, virtually 7 schools out of the 9 schools have enjoyed different facilities to support what we are using in schools. You know, of BGA, PA, and so on and so forth that have enjoyed from that. Because we need the facilities if truly want to adopt ICT and want to sustain the school. Also, we have security and access control. Definitely there will be security of ICT gadgets. I want to appreciate God that something happened in this school some months ago, and the principal called me and she was like, if not for the CCTV, what would have happened? Some external students from other schools entered the school. They entered into one of the class, the staff room, and they picked a teacher's phone. And their thoughts was the internal students. And somebody said, we have CCTV now. And that was how they went to the CCTV to check and to know that it was actually an external student. So we need security and access control. And that is why when it comes to our portal, it's a thing we can release the portal to the school to handle. Then once issue happens, then we don't know who to run after. Mr. Robin is not here. Mr. Shegun is not here. We were in Baptist Scriptures for a training, and all of a sudden, the website was hacked. We started 6 o'clock, and we were there to 3. We couldn't get a solution for it. And in every issue, there's always a blessing. And while we're trying to resolve it, that was when we got the idea of that. If you want to log into the website now as an admin, you will need my phone. Because automatically, there will be what? Where I will thumbprint like this before you can have access. Initially, it wasn't part of what we planned. But because it was hacked, that means our security was not to a particular level. So we have to enable another level of security. So for ICT adoption, there was security. Just like all what we do when it comes to our bank account. Now somebody will just call you that there's a meeting and send a code to you. And all of a sudden, your money is gone. Technical support. Do you have an ICT team? I realized I can't do it alone. That was why we decided to call on people to work together. People that will run with vision and provide support at all times. And that's why we have vision as the main conceptual framework. We have also structure and culture. That is, for every organization, there must be a structure and there must be a culture. And that's what we are working with. And the last one, before the last one, that is leadership. For every organization, if there is no leadership, I doubt if you'll be able to move forward. And that reminds me of what the director did to me. My first day at the office, he just called me and said, go and bring your roadmap. I want to see it. He never showed me his own roadmap. So after compiling it, I gave it to him. That was when he now gave me his own roadmap. And the first thing I did was to go to the ICT section, and I realized we have virtually the same goal. Those I could adopt from his own roadmap and those that could be worked upon. So for every organization and for you to adopt ICT, the leadership must be ready to be technology leaders. And lastly is monitoring and evaluation. In as much as we put all these in place, if there is no monitoring and evaluation, it's a waste of money, it's a waste of time. So that is my own conceptual framework for ICT adoption for external sustainability. Now let's go to the perception. I'll be talking mainly about the positive perception. I won't dwell more on the negative perception. When it comes to positive perception, it's being combined. The first one is financial capabilities. You cannot buy all the ICT gadgets you have in this world. You cannot buy everything. But the best ICT adoption is the one you already have. Know how to use and you can afford. Asia said something during the non-teaching seminar on Monday. We went to a particular school and one of our teachers was complaining of instructional materials when it comes to English literature. And I was like, why are you complaining? You have a system in the school. You have a projector. So why can't you just connect the projector together and display what you need to display for the students? And it looked as if we were acting. That's why I gathered everything together. I put it on the stool and we started watching what we needed to watch. So you need to look at what you have, know how to use it, and what you can afford. If it is your black and white phone, it has a way of doing its own responsibility. If you can go deep and do what and research more about it. But by now, I believe you should all have a smartphone. Before adopting the latest ICT gadgets, why not understand what quick improvement can be made by using the existing gadgets? Those ones that you have already, how can you do what? How can you improve on them before you now start thinking of what to do? It could be the televisions that you have in the dining halls that you can easily connect something or look for a way out. The second thing when it comes to perception shaping the ICT adoption is creativity. And that has to do with individual ability. The future of education is in the content, creativity in delivery, not the container, not the ICT gadgets. That's why I said you cannot have all the ICT gadgets, but at least those ones that you have already. How have you been using it? It is about the connection that ICT adoption can help, enable, catalyze, and support as well. Students can easily collaborate with one another or each other, teachers supporting each other, parents guiding and assisting their works. All these, that's why I said I'm just trying to manage time. But by the time we start the MCE training properly, you have an understanding of how you are expected to use ICT for what? For teaching the students. Part of what we discussed, we talked about self-regulation. It was discussed under yesterday's Mrs. Otai mentioned part of that. When it comes to the student aspect, so they have to be self-regulation. There are times you give them feedback that this is the answer I'm expecting from you. Now walk towards the answer and allow them to work together as well. While they were training us, one of the teachers was like, possible, it cannot be possible. And the trainer said it is possible. That they've tried it elsewhere. Why not go back to your school and give it a try? We have ICT competencies and attitude. I have a statement here. Treat all the stakeholders like the problem, and they will be. The teachers, the parents, the guardians, and students are the problem. when it comes to ICT adoption. You know, there are times that you want to do something, some of your colleagues will discourage you. Even you try as much as possible to put in your best, the students will show up in the class and do as if they care less. What will you do in that case? So to successfully adopt ICT in school program depends strongly on the stakeholder support, competence and attitude. And I believe we should not relent when it comes to that. Most of the students that we have now, they don't appreciate what we do for them. All they want to do is just to find a way to get to the system and enjoy themselves. Game playing, they should just connect to any other aspect and start watching film, start doing what they like. Meanwhile, there are some other things that can be done using the computer system. And that's a story for another day that we need to look into. Positive computer attitude are expected to foster computer education in the classroom. Like I mentioned earlier, if you are creative in what you do, who knows? Most of the students might or will be willing to listen to you. Cost reduction. The only thing that happens to ICT is the cost of implementation. After implementing ICT, definitely the cost of maintenance will reduce. And to definitely reduce your costs in one way or the other. I don't want to dwell more on that. Effective and efficient management and decision making. We have records that we can easily bring out from our data. We have a new field that is really right now, which is data science. Data science can quickly give you an idea that in the next 10 years, this has been our enrollment log. And data science will tell you that if you continue with what you are doing, in the next 10 years, this is how your enrollment log will be. Then you put in another factor. Let's assume you now put in school fees increment. Data science will tell you how your enrollment log will look like, whether it will drop or increase based on the parameters. And this will definitely guide your decision making in everything you do. It will also give us a competitive market where you have what you are doing specially that will be different from other schools. We have our own thing that we are doing, and we've seen more schools that are looking forward to do what? To join that. And Teacher W has explained that this morning, that there should be a unique selling price. It will increase transparency of operation and responsibility. And that's why some people or some individuals might not like ICT or might feel ICT is exposing us. I remember there was a day we were at the office and one of the schools were told to send a mail. And the person claimed they sent the mail 2 days ago. And because we've moved away from Gmail account, personalized Gmail account, we've moved to official email. All we need to do was to go to the back end and check. And we told the person, we just sent this thing 10 minutes ago. Why are you now saying you sent it to 2 days ago? So it will increase transparency of operation. So once you know that, definitely it will be monitored. You do it at the right time. And you show responsibility for doing it late. At least, yes, you'll be giving a query and you give your responses for what? For doing it late. So that's part of what ICT will do. It will improve access to education and learning. You can learn anywhere. There are so many online training that you can do free of charge. JW mentioned one this morning that we are expected to pay for. If you go online, there are free training that you can do without spending a dime. That will definitely improve you and give access to education and learning. Okay? Why adopting ICT? This is my own personal model for ICT adoption in BMS. And I call it extending the boundaries in digital artificial schools. Like I explained to the board that the foundation has been laid, and that is why it is in circle. And the circle will keep on moving. I am here today, it could be another person tomorrow. And whoever comes in will definitely join the trend and to be rolling like a tire. And that's why I mentioned was extending the boundary. ICT in school management. We have so many apps that can be used to do what? To manage the school. ICT in teaching and learning that can be used to speak to the children and for educational aspect. And we have ICT skills that you are expected to improve on. And in conclusion, for our young people to successfully live, learn, and work in the 21st century, they must develop a range of skills. Competencies on top of mere core subject knowledge. In the 21st century, learning no longer ends with graduation. To strive in the modern workplace, we need to be continuously learning and gaining new skills throughout our careers. And that is why we need to adopt ICT. We need to change our perception of ICT adoption. These are being broken down into 3 different aspects. I'm doing a paper presentation. The management members are working on it. That will talk about teachers' perception of ICT adoption. We have student perception of ICT adoption, and we have parent perception of ICT adoption. So these are 3 papers that we are working on that we look forward to publish in the next future. The teachers' ICT adoption is ready, but we are waiting for approval to publish it. The future of work is far less predictable than it has been in the past. With emerging market and constant change in the workforce, young people won't have the same structure and stability that previous generations enjoyed. Teacher has emphasized on this morning. The skills they gain from adoption of ICT for educational sustainability will prepare them. So if we don't adopt ICT, we are limiting our students for what? For what they will to be engaged with in the nearest future. This will prepare them to navigate the unpredictable career path to come. It is high time we need to understand that after school, it is skill. I said that to the non-teaching staff, that your art skills can get you a job, that your soft skills will give you promotion. And to God be the glory and evidence of that. Your soft skill goes a long way in your life. Students want to excel in an increasingly complex working and living environment. We learn to focus on the 21st century skills. And if we want to encourage our students to focus on this, and we, there are the teachers that are at the end of our affairs, are not looking into that, it will definitely affect them. And what are those skills? Creativity and innovation, information analysis, thinking critically, communication and collaboration. These are part of the 5 rubrics of the 21st century technology teacher. Like all areas of life, practice makes perfect. You were born before computer. If you don't practice, you won't get to the level of those that were born after computer. You are a learner when you started driving. After the first, second day, third day, gradually you improve. So please, let's try as much as possible to practice very well so that we can be perfect. Education is the next to revolutionized by ICT. That's what Chaikomi said this point. I don't mind most of my handwriting today. So that's me. All stakeholders need to physically begin to change their perception on the adoption of ICT. That's just the conclusion. That all stakeholders, parents, guardians, teachers, and students are expected to begin to change their perception on the adoption of ICT. I want to leave us with these enhancing thoughts. Who am I? Or who are you? Where are you? And who will you be? Adapt to changes. No limitation, no boundaries. Thank you very much.